Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am finally doing my Christmas holiday makeup tutorial. I know it is kind of cutting it a little bit close. Today is the 23rd, which is Saturday, and then tomorrow is usually when I upload, which is the 24th on the Sunday. But I wanted to get this video out as a last minute makeup tutorial, or not even a last minute makeup tutorial for Christmas, but more of a guide of tips and tricks on how to make your makeup last as long as it can in this heat. A lot of you guys may know I celebrate Christmas here in Australia, and for the majority of people who live in the southern hemisphere, we all celebrate Christmas in summer. So a lot of times our Christmas is very hot. Here in Australia, there's no doubt that our Christmas is very, very hot. It also is very dry a lot of the times. It's not very humid. Sometimes it could really affect your makeup in pretty much the worst ways. So I just wanted to kind of make this video and give you little tips and tricks on, well, especially on what I know to make your makeup last as long as possible during the heat. A lot of people would do Christmas lunch or brunches most of the time. When it's hot outside, they'll do barbecues. So we are spending majority of our time outside in the heat, as well as around food and, you know, the heat from the food. But no matter what your makeup is, whether it's simple or glam, this tips and tricks guide is really helpful for essentially combating the heat, I guess. So you do want to see my tips and tricks on how to combat the heat, as well as keep your makeup on as long as possible, then please keep on watching. So if anyone's wondering, yes, I am wearing a top. I'm wearing a low cold shoulder top. So if you're offended by my pasty white chest, but I just want you to know that yes, my chest is always lighter than my face, but I never match my makeup to my chest. I always match my makeup to my neck, which is usually a little bit darker. You can't exactly tell right now because I have a lot of natural light come in, as well as my ring light. So the weather forecast for the next few days in Adelaide, South Australia is not too bad. There have been times where our Christmas has been like in its high 40s or even in the high 30s. This year is not too bad, but the lead up to the Christmas season has always been pretty bad. This year has been a little bit more unpredictable. It's been going up to the high 40s and then dropping down to the low 20s and raining. Anyways, the first step we have to do is always moisturize. No matter if you have dry, sensitive, oily, combination skin, you always have to moisturize because it's just a good base for your face. It has all the nutrients and vitamins that is in the creams that you would need for your skin, and you just have to look after it even if you think that you don't need it. And in particular, this kind of heat here in Australia, especially Adelaide, it is going to be very dry, and that is very drying for your skin as well. But right now I have been using this Skin Institute Laser Aid. This cools, reduce redness and swelling. So I'm using this right now because I've just got laser hair removal on my face, and I need to use this pretty much 4 times a day until my skin's gone back to normal, which it has. I really enjoy this. The only thing I don't like about it is its smell. It really smells like really bad off cucumber, but it has cucumber in here. So I find that when I use this, it does help with reducing the redness and stuff. So after I shave just then, I put some on my skin. So for sunscreen, they did give me a sunscreen in their brand. This is the Age Defense SPF 50+. I'm a bit with this sunscreen because although it's a good sunscreen, it doesn't have a bad smell. It's also non-greasy. It does leave a white pebbly cast on my face if I end up putting too much in one area of my face. And then also when I sweat, it does run off in little white droplets. Quick side note, I really want to invest in powdered sunscreens, like mineral powder sunscreen, and I think it's the brand Sunforgettable. I seen Drew Barrymore use it, and you can put it on top of makeup or even under makeup. So I really want to invest in that because it'd be easier to use and it won't leave a white cast. But with those kind of sunscreen, they are pretty expensive. So it's about like $70 or $80 for that size. I think it's only 30 mils, I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, enough of my pre-ritual rambling that happens in every single video. So I have moisturized my face. I also put sunscreen on for the purpose of this video. And then the next thing you need to choose is a good primer. So whether you're going to be really, really oily, then definitely go for a matte primer. If your skin is not as oily, then definitely go for something that is in between, but that would help fill in your pores, and it's silicone based, so it will really hang onto the skin and also grip onto the foundation. The one I chose today is the Matte Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage. My skin is more combination to dry, and in this kind of heat, my skin actually is a bit more dry. I really enjoy using this one. The only thing I don't like about it is the sparkle that is in it, and also the pump. It's like, the pump is like a big squirter. You just got it everywhere. Anyways, I get some on my hand, and then I mostly focus it to my T-zone. So next step is foundation. Foundation is up to you. You pick whatever you want that works best for your skin, but just know that it's not a good time to test out new foundation during Christmas. That's not a good time. Just go with what you know and what you love, and I think the next few steps would be what would keep it on your face the longest and what would really help keep it in this heat. I'm going to be using this because it dries down matte, like it becomes like a powder on your face. Of course it dries very quickly, so get it on the skin as quickly as you can. Of course I could have just gone in with my lightning drops and lighten this up so I don't have to go too low and put it all over my chest and my shoulders. So I decided to take the foundation all the way down onto my body, as you can see. So now that the foundation is on, I'm just gonna let it set to its powdery form. My face is setting quick. My chest is still a little bit wet. So usually at this point I may conceal. I don't really need it, but for the purpose of this video I will just conceal a little on my face. Right now, because I'm looking like one color, I'm just gonna go in with the Fenty stick. Because you know me, I have no concealers. I should really buy a drugstore concealer like the Maybelline Fit Me concealer or something. Because it's so stupid having to keep using this stick. Especially because it's so dry on my skin as well. And then go in and just blend. Okay, so now that is all blended in, then definitely go in with a powder. The Laura Mercier powder is really good for really just matting everything out and also brightening certain areas of your face. You definitely need a powder for this heat. There's no way you can go without a powder. Although if you have normal skin, then you're lucky, you don't have to go with powder. But I don't have normal skin, so I definitely need a little bit of powder. And I may just bake just a little bit. So I'm just going in with the powder in anywhere that I know that I will get really oily. And usually I would dust this off pretty quickly, but I'm just gonna pretty much leave it on my face for a while, just so I know that I'm all set. I look like an Oompa Loompa. This color is not my color. So I really need to find my not actual shade. I might actually go for 1 or 2 shades lighter, just because I know it oxidizes. And this shade here oxidizes to an orange look. Do you see it? The color looks nothing like my body. So I'm gonna quickly move on to my brows and do them off camera, and then I will be right back to continue on with the rest of the face. Okay, so my eyebrows are done, and now I'm moving on to the eyes. Definitely need to prime your eyelids. I'm usually pretty bad at priming my eyelids because sometimes I feel like I don't need it. It makes my eyeshadows kind of fade off quicker than I would have liked it to, which is my fault. I just don't enjoy priming my eyelids as much. In this instance, you have to prime your eyelids. So I'm gonna go in with the Fenty concealer just because I don't really have an eyelid primer. And I'm just gonna put this all over the lids. Even if you're not gonna be wearing any like heavy eyeshadows or no shadow at all, it's good to prime your eyelids and then powder it down because you don't want it to get really oily during the day, especially when the heat is up. So you know, that would be pretty bad. And also the oils that is on your lids can get into your eyes, and then that is a big issue for me personally as well. Like when it's getting towards the night, I get all this oil on my lids that go onto my eyelashes, and then they start stinging my eyes when they start dripping into my eye. I'm gonna do a very laid back, chilled look. I think I'm gonna match it to my top because why not? And then I'm gonna move into my Jaclyn Hill palette. As always, this palette has been a godsend because it just has everything I need in it. So I'm just gonna go into this shade right here, and I'm just gonna windscreen wipe this through my lids. You can do whatever kind of look you want. So, you know, it doesn't really matter about the product. It's just how you prepped it underneath. And then I'm going to go in with a flat brush and just pack that same color all over my lid. It looks so pale in the camera, but in real life it's so vivid. I think because the light is just so bright, you can't exactly see. I love these kind of mustardy. I love these kind of mustard yellows. And then I'm gonna get some wing liner onto my eyes. So now this look won't be complete without lashes. So I'm gonna put on a pair of lashes and then I'll be right back to just complete the face. There's not much more left to do. So I've just finished with my eyes. I put on these pair of lashes. These are the Dodo's D308, which are a little bit shorter than the D309 and a bit more dense though. So I just put them on. They're pretty nice. They're pretty, as you can see. And I also use waterproof mascara, which I know a lot of people don't like. So whatever mascara works for you, just make sure it doesn't bleed when you're sweating. It doesn't transfer. That's pretty much it, really. There are so many great mascaras out there that isn't waterproof that you could use. If I'm not using waterproof mascara, then my lashes don't stay up and they drop their curl. So yeah, that's why I always religiously use waterproof mascara. So I'm going to move on to my face. I haven't contoured my face at all, which is strange because I usually do it close to the beginning of the video. So I'm going to go in with my contour powder, and for this kind of heat kind of weather, I would just say less powder is better. So I try not to use too much powder. And then I'm going to contour my nose, which is something that I really can't stop. It's been like, it's a staple in my makeup routine now. And then the next part is to go in with highlighter. I love my Jouer highlighter. This is the best highlighter for any situation. It's like the perfect color for Christmas as well. Now with highlight, there's not really a tip or trick for it, but what I do suggest is to set your face in between. So I'm just gonna quickly set all this powder. So I'm gonna do a preset right now, which is what I just did. I sprayed my face, I sprayed my body, just so all the powder that I have on and also all the foundation will stick onto my face and it doesn't move, it doesn't go anywhere. So there's that. And then I'm just gonna wait for it to fully dry down on my skin, and I'm gonna move on to my lips, and then I'll go back and reset my face with the setting spray. Then that would just ensure that all the powder has become one layer, so you don't end up with like powder flaking up, not flaking off, but like fading off your face quicker than you would like, especially if you're gonna be out in the heat. So for my lips, I'm gonna go in with Jeffree Star Cosmetics in Checkmate. This is bright red. I'm gonna put this into the outer corner of my lip. And then I'm gonna go in with Unicorn Blood in the lip ammunition. Yeah, ammunition in the middle. And then I'm gonna go back on top with Checkmate. Last step I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put on a little bit of blush. Just a little bit of blush. This is Party by Tarte. And their blushes are really nice. I'm just going to focus them more on the back part of my cheeks. So if you saw before, when I put the lipstick on, I put the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Checkmate on the perimeters and I left the middle there. And then I ended up going in with Unicorn Blood right in the middle, blended that in, and then went over the top with Checkmate. I did that because although the liquid lipstick is not too drying, I do find that in a few hours or so with it on, it does kind of start to give me the butthole lips. Although my lips is already crinkly and like buttholey in the beginning, like I don't really have very smooth lips, and the ridges in my lips are very, very deep. So I always end up with getting butthole lips really quickly. But I find that if I put something creamy in the middle that is more of like a sun finish, as the lip ammunitions are, if I put that all in the middle, because that's where usually I get the driest, and blend it in with my lips. It doesn't even matter what color. And then I go over the top with the liquid lipstick. It was set pretty smooth-ish to my standard. It is smoother than normal. And then if the middle does fade while I eat, then I do still have this underneath my lips that kind of gives me a bit of more of a little stain. So then I don't end up with like just a full like empty spot right in the middle of my mouth when I eat. So there's just that tip, I guess. That's if you just want to keep the lipstick on much longer, especially if you have very, very textured lips like I do. And now I'm gonna go back in with my setting spray once again, and this will set and lock everything in place. So this here is the final completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this look as much as I enjoyed creating it. And as always, if you did enjoy this video, then please give me a big thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel. And hopefully I'll see you guys in 2018. Bye!